My name is Mayra Preciado, and in this reflection, I'm going to talk about what I learned in this chapter. One of the most important things I learned is that thinking truly requires time and attention. Now I understand that learning does not just mean finding quick answers. It also means pausing to reflect and truly understand ideas. Something that surprised me was realizing how much we increasingly value quick answers without analyzing information deeply. One activity that helped me understand this idea was the slow observation exercise, where I have to observe my kitchen for several minutes. At first, I thought it would be simple because it is a place I see every day. However, little by little, I began to notice details that I usually ignore, such as the sound of the appliances, the lighting, and the space. This activity made me reflect on how often we live in a hurry and stop noticing our surroundings. I realized that when we observe carefully and pay attention, we can discover new things, even in places we thought we already knew well. This experience helped me understand that observation is also an important form of thinking. Another important idea from this chapter is how artificial intelligence has changed the way we learn. Today, artificial intelligence can provide quick answers, which can be positive because it is allow us to find information and understand some topics faster. However, something I learned is that speed does not always mean comprehension. Now, I understand that receiving information is not the same as truly learning it, because learning requires analysis and reflection. For this reason, I try not to let artificial intelligence replace my own thinking, and I try to find answers to problems before turning to it. One tool that has always worked for me is reading. In my time, although computers already exist, most of the information we obtain came from books and articles. In a way, this forces us to analyze information more carefully. Today, with technology, it is much easier to find information and answers immediately. Unfortunately, sometimes we accept those answers without questioning them. This made me realize that in the age of technology, many people, including myself, are developing habits that can limit the growth of our thinking. Another important experience in this chapter was the interview with Professor Lossi from the Academic Success Center. He explained me that teaching is not only about knowing information, but also about understanding people, having empathy, and adapting to each student's learning style. This helped me realize that human learning also involves emotions and personal connections. Before the chapter, I saw artificial intelligence mainly as an academic tool, but now I understand that it cannot and should not replace human interaction. After reading the chapter, I believe there are important skills that humans must continue practicing. One of them is critical thinking, because we need to question information instead of simply accepting it as truth. Another is observation and concentration, since understanding requires attention. Communication is also important because explaining ideas clearly involves creativity. These skills are what make human knowledge unique, and they are abilities that I must continue developing. This chapter helped me realize that human knowledge is not based on memorizing information, but also on understanding, experiences, and reflection. Artificial intelligence is a useful tool that can support learning, but it should not replace our own thinking. I believe that both can work together, but comprehension and the human mind remain unique.